So, what does this stuff look like? How do we figure out volume and surface area? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to our cube. Every three-dimensional shape has a length times, well, you can do length, you can do height, and you also can do width. It's three ways of looking at trying to find your three numbers. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll show you kind of an invisible cube. One of the ways that I think works for us the best is taking a look at when you're trying to find your length. I try to remember that just like we did with a base, that's usually the same thing that I use for length. And just like with height, I did the same thing there. My length and my height, or my base and my height. And we've done that before, right? But then your width has to be how deep in it is, because that's your third spot. So you can either take it from the side on this with the square, or you can take it from the top. So in this case, when we looked at our square, if you remember, we said our square had a length of 8.5 inches. We said it was a square, so all sides are equal or congruent, which means that's 8.5 inches. And then the width, or as they like to show you on the 3D, in this way, would also be 8.5 inches. When they draw it on a piece of paper to try to show it to you, they usually give it to you like this. So you have a square, and then you'll see some lines go back this way, so that they can kind of give you the dimensions. You can't see the entire piece, but you can see the part that I wrote there. So, although this is a square, that's a rectangle. So if we were going to do a square, and Jean's not the best at drawing her squares, but she tries. So this would be our square. So we would have our length of 8.5, we would have our height of 8.5, and we would have our width of 8.5. And when we're trying to figure out volume, to figure out how much we can hold inside the square, our volume is our length times our width times our height. So if we were to write that down, our volume for the square would be 8.5 times 8.5 times 8.5. And if you take a look at that, and where did I put that? I just had it. If you multiply the three of those together, I will pause for 1 second.